Hey, what is up, guys? This is Chris, and I'm back with more Everyday RC and part 7 of the TLR 8Ight-T 4.0 Nitro Truggy build series. That's right. And we're coming into the home stretch. And for those of you that have been following along with the build series, we are up to step H. And that's going to be the final step for the kit, the mounting of the rear wing, and the wheels and tires. So as you can see, we're up to step H1, H2, H3, and H4, and that is it for the build of the kit. So I'm really excited about this. For those of you that have been following along with the build series, part 6 was getting the engine all mounted up. If you haven't checked out that video, go back and check it out. And I'm really excited. I'm going to move on to step H1. I'm going to get the rear wing mounted. I'm going to get my wheels and tires mounted. And that should do it for the build of the kit. It's not going to end the build series, however. For those of you out there might notice that there is one thing missing, and that is the body. So, I was going to paint the body myself, but I was contacted by a painter out there who offered to paint the body for me. And he's a very talented painter. And for those of you that follow the channel know that through the years, I've given many painters opportunities to paint bodies for me. And this one painter is located in the UK. That's right, in the United Kingdom. And I've seen a lot of his work, and he is very, very talented, and I'm really excited to have this body done by him. So I actually mailed out the body to him today. It was very reasonable in price, sending it out through the United States Postal Service. So for those of you that might want to contact him in the future, it's not going to be that big of an expense if you live over here in the United States. You just got to send it across the pond, not that far. So stay tuned for that. That's got mailed out today, so it might be a while before I get it back. So I really wanted to do this with the body, but I mailed that off today, and man, when you guys see what this guy is going to do for me, it's going to be an amazing work of art. So that will be the finale of the build series when I finally debut the paint job. But for today, let's get this kit finished and ready to go. So I'm going to mount the rear wing, and I have a few other items here I just wanted to share with you real quick. These are the wheels and tires I'm going to be using on the kit. These are the DE Racing 1/8 scale Truggy wheels, and these are 4 inches. These are some big rims that I'm going to be mounting the unfortunate discontinued Badlands 3.8s, and these are very hard to come by. If you can find a set, these are a good combo for this Nitro Truggy. A lot of people don't think that you can mount the 3.8s on the 4-inch DE Racing wheels, but in fact you can. Just takes a little finagling. You gotta stretch them over there. But you want to use a 0 offset wheel with this Nitro Truggy. And when you utilize a larger size rim as this, as a 4-inch, it gives you a little bit more top end, and you're less likely to tear up your tires, because the high RPMs of this engine, they might be prone to ungluing off the rim only because of the high RPMs of this engine. And it's just a good wheel and tire combo. Anytime that you can use a larger diameter wheel, you're going to get a little bit more top end out of your vehicle and better performance. So let me get the rear wing mounted. Let me finish up step H1, H2, H3, and H4. Very straightforward and self-explanatory. I'm going to get the rear wing all mounted up, and then I'm going to show you how to mount these wheels and tires. As you can see, I'm using my favorite tire glue. This is Jet Instant Tire Glue. This is by far the best glue that I've used through the years. I never have any issues with my wheels coming unglued. It's very strong, so you want to take into account that the second you start gluing this, it's going to adhere to the tire. So if you're new at gluing wheels and tires, you might not want to use this. You might want to use a medium strength glue, but this is the strongest wheel and tire glue that I've ever used, and I definitely suggest it if you're a pro at gluing wheels and tires. So let me finish up what I'm doing here, and then we'll move on, and we're going to finally get this kit completed today. So let's make it happen, guys. Okay, so I'm going to complete step H1. And here we go, the wicker bill assembly. This is your wicker bill right here, and as you can see, it's going to get mounted to the back of the wing right here. You're going to be using your 4 LOSA 6234 screws and 4 of the LOSA 6306 lock nuts, and it's very straightforward. You're just basically going to bolt it right to the back of the wing. Very funny name, wicker bill. And then it's going to get mounted with your 2 spacers, your 2 retainers, and 2 clips. And that's about it. It just gets mounted right to the rear wing assembly, just like so. So let me finish that up, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like. Alright guys, check it out. The rear wing is all installed. Looks awesome on there. And now it kind of looks like a Nitro Truggy, right? With that rear wing on there. So finished up step H. Got the wicker bill assembly. For those of you that are wondering what a wicker bill is, if you're not familiar with sports cars, things of that nature, it's just basically a rear flap that goes on the back of your spoiler, and it just helps deflect some of the air that flows over your rear wing or spoiler. So I got that all installed. Got my spacers right there, the retainers with the body clips. I put on my wheel nuts, although we're going to be taking them off very soon because we're going to be installing the wheels and tires. And that's it. Step H4 is completed. The final assembly of the Truggy kit. All that's left are the wheels and tires. As you can see, there's nothing left here but some reading material, some setup information in the back, your parts. So that's it. Let's close this up because we are done. Complete. Just wanted to touch on something real quick. I installed my rear sticker on the rear wing. As you can see, the kit comes with a full sticker kit, and these are the rear wing stickers. You have your option of neon yellow or the white. I went with the white, just kind of like the look of that a little bit better. You do want to remove some of the oils that come from the factory. These are stamped out in molds, so there are some residual oils that are left on there. So just take a paper towel with some rubbing alcohol, clean up the surface of the wing, and then apply your sticker. And I always like to use a heat gun when applying my stickers. After you apply your stickers, you want to just pass over your heat gun a few times, just so you make sure the edges of your sticker are adhered nicely, because once you start using this, you don't want the corner of your sticker to peel off and then you start getting dirt and sand under there, and then you lose your sticker altogether. So even when I get a brand new RC out of the box, I'll usually pass the heat gun across the body and make sure all those stickers are adhered nicely on there. So that's about it. So let's move on to the wheels and tires, and I'll show you how to get these bad boys mounted up. Okay guys, as you can see, I have my wheels and tires all laid out. I have everything prepped up and ready to go. Very nice to see that the DE Racing wheels came with some stickers, and the Proline BADLAND 3.8s came with some Proline stickers. Very, very nice. So there is a little prep involved before you want to start gluing your tires. And what I like to do is I like to take a Scotch-Brite pad and I cut little pieces such as this. And you want to scuff the edge of your wheel right here. As you can see, these lines. You want to roughen up that edge so that the glue will adhere a little bit better. And after you're done scuffing up the edges of the wheels, I've done them to all 4, you want to take some rubbing alcohol on a paper towel, and as you can see, it removed some debris from the Scotch-Brite pad and any excess oils from the edge of that wheel. Okay, and then you want to take some rubbing alcohol as well, and you want to rub the inside of your tires right here, because there are a lot of excess oils. I was extremely surprised to see how much was left behind from the factory on these tires. So you definitely want to take that into account, and you want to really clean them up very nice. And now I'm wearing gloves because I don't want any oils from my fingers to get on the inside of these, because we're going to be inserting our foams into these tires. Some of you might think there's no way you're going to be able to get those foams inside those tires, but I'll show you. It's very simple to do. You just got to take some time and be easy with it and get it all stuffed in there, and I'll show you how to stuff the foam inside the tire and how to mount your tire with the foam onto the wheel. and then I will show you my gluing process. Alright guys, let's do this. And one other added thing is you want to get some rubber bands. There are some specialty bands that you can use that are made from the RC industry to glue your tires, but I'm just using some generic rubber bands that I'm going to put around the tire before I glue it, and that'll just keep the tire compressed and keep pressure on that wheel when you're gluing it, so it keeps everything nice and tight and the tire will not separate from the rim while you're gluing it. So let me get that all done and let's make it happen. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do one of these here in front of the camera. Basically what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to stuff it in there. Okay? You want to use some force, but be as easy as possible. And you're just going to want to get everything up inside the tire here. Okay? You keep going around. Open up your rubber a little bit here. As you can see, it's not necessary to cut your foams. You're just going to shove everything up in here. Going to make sure everything is nice and even in there. Get it as good as you can get it for right now until we throw the wheel inside. Okay? So everything feels pretty good. You're just going to want to keep working it around. Alright, now there are two sides to this tire. You have your yellow dot and the other side doesn't have any. I prefer, honestly, not to see this yellow dot, so take into account that how you're going to want to mount this, whether you want your yellow dot on the outside or on the inside. But basically, this is how I'm going to do it. And you're going to want to just really just stretch it, use some force to get this in there. Take your time with it. You really want to get it stretched over. Make sure your foam is all in place, nice and even. Okay, and you want to make sure that that foam isn't resting on the inside of that rim, so it's going to affect your glue when you glue it later on. And now you want to be careful here. You want to pull this out. Make sure it rests nicely up against the edge of the wheel. And this is where you're going to make sure everything is nice and even on the inside. Try and push out some of that excess air. And there you go. A little bit of finagling. Look at that. Make sure the inside of your tire is good on the rim. And there you go, guys. We have a Proline 3.8 mounted on the DE Racing wheels. Check it out. So the next step is going to be gluing them. Now, I'm a little bit particular, so what I want to do is I want to get my Proline logo right over the DE Racing logo. So I'm going to try and move these ever so slightly so that my Proline logo lines up with my DE Racing logo. So I'm going to do that to all four of these tires, and then I'm going to show you how to glue them. Okay, so let's glue up this tire. So you want to be very careful. As you can see, I'm wearing gloves for two reasons: to keep my oils from my fingers off the edge of this wheel and tire, and also to protect it from this glue, because if you do get a drop of this glue on your fingers, it's going to stay on there for a few days. This stuff is very, very strong. So you want to do this very, very carefully, okay? You don't want to over apply the glue. You want to go a little bit at a time, all right? You gently want to just peel back just the edge of your wheel. Keep it flat. I have a piece of paper towel here in case you drip some down on your work surface, because this stuff is pretty strong. All right, so make sure your tire's on there right where you want it to be. Make sure there's no foam sticking out over the wheel, and you're going to start applying it. Now you're going to do this very, very carefully. Try and be as neat as possible, and try and not be sloppy about it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to glue one of these wheels and tires together. You're going to want to do this very, very carefully and take your time. Okay, so basically you're going to want to peel back. It's going to be kind of hard for me to show you just in front of the camera here. Basically you're going to want to peel back your tire, drop in a few drops along the rubber, and when you place it back, try and place it nicely and aligned flush with the wheel. And don't be afraid to peel it back. Just make sure when you put it back flush with the wheel. Peel that back all the way. Put it back nice and flush so that you don't have a heavy bead of glue. Like I said, I'm a little particular when it comes to my stuff, so I don't like it to look too sloppy. So I'm going to put it back. Sometimes you might have to just go back a hair. Okay. And every time you peel the rubber back, it'll help work in the rest of the glue along the edge. Alright. Just work your way around very, very carefully. Only a few drops on every application. Can wipe real quick if you get some on there. Okay. If you do need to wipe, just wipe it once and you're good to go. Here it is, guys. Then you want to let this dry for about a half hour and then follow the same procedure for the other side. Oh yeah, guys, check it out. The wheels and tires are finally mounted and all glued up. Check it out. They came out beautiful. Wow. I'm just soaking this in right now, guys. This truck is absolutely beautiful. One step closer to a finished product. And as you can see, I made sure that I matched up the DE Racing logo with the Proline logo right over here. It's fine little details like that make me smile. I'm pretty particular when it comes to things like that, and little details like that just really make it look really nice and neat and perfect. And man, oh man, I'm just soaking it all in right now. This thing is a beauty. Wow, let me get up here and just show you guys around this thing. It's looking absolutely ballistic right now. There are a few more upgrades I'm going to be doing to this, so this is not the end of the build series. I'm probably going to be getting some aluminum servo horns right here. A few other little details. I'm going to try and get my aluminum front chassis brace all mounted up. But check it out. Let me spin it around so you can see this side. And as you can see, have the DE Racing logo lined up with the Proline logo. Man, just soaking this all in right now, guys. This truck is a beauty. And speaking of soaking it all in, right now my wheels and tires are soaking in some of my favorite tire shine. I definitely suggest using the Armor All Extreme Tire Shine on your RC cars. This stuff works great. It's definitely good to apply it to your wheels and tires. It makes them look really, really nice. They're just a little bit wet right now, but that's okay. They're just soaking it in, just like I'm soaking in all this hard work I put into this truck. Wow. Looks beautiful, guys. I am just so excited. So excited. So I have the truck turned on right now. So, show you real quick. Check that out. Got some good action right now. Good action. And you can see I got my throttle and brake all set up. Oh yeah, it's just, look at the speed on that 2270, guys. That's just absolutely out of control. Wow. Wow, wow. I can't say it enough. I could sit here and stare at this vehicle for hours, but I don't want to make this video too much longer. I just wanted to thank once again my friend John and my friend Rich for supplying me with a lot of information and input with the parts to build this kit. I just want to thank them once again. Couldn't have done it without their help. And I just feel great building this kit. It's been an absolute pleasure. There's no substitute for a racing kit of this caliber, and it just felt great to get my hands back on a Nitro again, especially a racing quality kit Nitro. So it's been an absolute pleasure, and I just wanted to thank them. I just wanted to thank all of you guys for following along with the build series. This is definitely not the end of the build series. Stay tuned for a sick paint job that's going to be done, which it's on its way to the UK right now. Like I said, I won't be saying the name of the person that's painting the body for me just yet, but when I do debut the body, you will know who it exactly is and all his contact information, so you guys can have some awesome artwork done by him. But he is an amazing artist, and I am just so psyched up about this, and it's been an absolute blast. So I hope you guys are all making it happen in your RC worlds out there. And for now, this is Chris the Everyday RC Guy in TLR 8Ight-T 4.0 Nitro Truggy land saying thanks for watching. Make it happen.